Welcome back to Nippert Stadium on the campus of the University of Cincinnati. Tom Gelehrter happy today to be joined by Project Manager Bob Marton as we bring you another Hard Hat Wednesday, give you all the latest of what's going on here at Nippert Stadium as the construction and renovation continues. And Bob, let's start with right behind us. The most noticeable difference from 2 weeks ago when we talked is now you can see the start of the 500 level and the roof of this structure.
The steel got going again, and we got some concrete down, and the steel was able to resume on the 400 and 500 level, and you could really start to see the height of the building now, especially from the East Concourse and from Lindner Center. It's quite an impressive structure.
2 weeks ago when we were here, the concrete was being filled in and smoothed out at that 400 level, which is where a majority of the suites will exist come August when the structure is finished. But right now, concrete's been filled into a certain level. They're going to fill the rest in, and then we'll start seeing some more steel over the next week or so.
Right. We're about a third of the way through with the steel on the 400 and 500 level. We got to get more concrete down on 400. We got to work south. And come the first week in November, our goal is to resume the A-frame construction up on 4 and 5. So then that will substantially complete our steel until we got to come back to this end here and do the cantilever for the President's Suite and the big look-over area, if you will, on Bearcat Plaza.
Anybody who's keeping an eye on the progress might think there's something secret going on right behind us as some drapery and tarps have been put up, but the reality is that's just the fireproofing process.
All right, that's a good point. After hours from 3 o'clock till 1 o'clock in the morning, we have a second shift doing fireproofing work on the steel, which is the next step in the process before we could start trimming it out and making it look pretty. So that precedes the masonry work, which is going to be starting in early November, along with some steel stud framing to start the building enclosure. So a lot of things are starting to converge in November. It's a big time for us, and we just hope the weather continues to work with us too.
One of the exciting things with some of the concrete structure, or some of the molds that have been taken down, now for the first time we're seeing the openings for what will be multiple new concession stands.
On the west side there, yes, the video should be showing 3 concession windows right opposite the Catskeller, actually. And further to the south, there'll be another one down there by the Dieterle building. So we're spreading out the concession areas quite nicely, along with some more restrooms. So it's going to be a great fan experience.
You have the south end as a staging area where we've gone a couple times to see how things will look in the end. Right now, what's staged down there is what the finished product of the west side, or at least part of the west side of the facade, will look like.
Right, there's a mock-up of our metal panel. We get some good images of that, and it's faceted, if you will, as it goes around the corner, and it's leaning. It's a beautiful shaped metal panel that is going to give us some really interesting look as the sun moves around the building and as you're walking down the concourse.
On the east side, there's been some important things that have had to be moved around. That'll continue through the week, and we'll see some destruction starting as soon as next Monday.
Yeah, the 29th, hope I got this right, we're going to start the demolition of the stairs to Shank Pavilion, and we're going to be making a roadway within that concourse to maintain the dock. This coming weekend, we have the MRI facility that's working very nicely with us to help shut down that equipment and start it up again so that we can do some utility work preceding the demolition.
Certainly lots of exciting things going on, and Bob, I think it's fair to say that by the time we talk again in 3 weeks, there's going to be a lot to talk about and things are going to look a lot different.
Yeah, let's hope so. It's largely dependent on things continuing to fit as they have been in the weather, and keep your fingers crossed we continue the pace that we're doing, because we need to.
All right, sounds good. Nippert Stadium certainly looking fantastic right now as, again, the 500 level starting to take shape and what will eventually be the roof. And if you keep track on the webcam, you'll see all of that come to fruition even more over the next few weeks. Bob, we appreciate the time as always.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right, that is Bob Marton. I am Tom Gelehrter here at Nippert Stadium, where construction and renovation continues. Stay tuned to Bearcats TV for all the latest.